Hello, this is Suzanne Schulte of the North Korea Freedom Coalition, sending you my warmest regards from the United States to encourage you in solidarity for the work you're doing to promote North Korea human rights and to expose some of the atrocious violations the Kim regime has committed against innocent people. I applaud the efforts to hold this regime accountable for the paradise on earth lie that the regime was a part of, and the support groups in Japan that lured over 90,000 Japanese people who were citizens of Japan that were North Korean ethnicity to go back to North Korea with this terrible lie. And it's terrific, the initiative that you've undertaken with this lawsuit to hold the regime accountable. I recall that even Kang Chul-hwan, one of the first defectors that ever met with the President of the United States, was in fact part of that group that went back. His family and his grandparents had been, grandfather especially, had been successful in Japan. They were living good lives in Japan, and they got lured back, and the grandfather disappeared. The family ended up in Yodak political prison camp. Such tragic stories that, because of your efforts, will not be ignored. So I want to hardly encourage you to continue to the efforts that you're doing, and I wanted to give a shout out to Kenji Sawa, who has been a wonderful member of our North Korea Freedom Coalition, and he's really an illustration of how important it is for all of us to work together, because he's been able to keep us informed and up to date on the amazing thing you all are doing, and helped us get Eiko Kawasaki to be able to testify at the UN Commission on the Status of Women, but also to be a part of North Korea Freedom Week. And we have so many great friends in Japan. We believe in the importance of people working together, because there are so many suffering people whose the source of their misery is this regime. And whether we're talking about the Japanese returnees, whether we're talking about the Japanese abductees, whether we're talking about the survivors of the North Korean political prison camps, whether we're talking about the North Korean refugees, all of these people have the source of their misery is that regime. But it's also the source of the misery for the entire population of North Korea. They're living under daily persecution by Kim Jong-un. So I just wanted to give you my regards and just encourage you about the importance that we need to work bipartisanly and internationally to uphold the North Korea human rights issues. We also need to hold them accountable, which is what you're doing. And I hope that I love the Willow Street project and what you're doing to symbolize the North Korea human rights issues, as was done with the Otto Warmbier when they named a street after him up in New York near the North Korean consulate, to remind people of Otto Warmbier, who was killed by this regime, this innocent American student. Another example of violations of human rights, this regime, gross violations of human rights that this regime is committing. So sending you my greetings and solidarity, and I just want to close by saying that this is a tragedy in North Korea that has no parallel in the world today. That is what the UN Commission of Inquiry determined, something that all of you who've been eyewitnesses, all of you, Ayako Kawasaki, all of you that have been eyewitnesses to this, and people like this Attorney Fakwa, who's been engaging in raising these issues to hold this regime accountable. All of us need to be relentless in raising these issues, because this is the world's greatest human rights tragedy. So thank you for your efforts and all the work that you're doing on this. And I, again, send my greetings from America and from our North Korea Freedom Coalition. We're very, very proud to have very active members in Japan that have been engaged with us for many years and participate in our meetings. And you have my blessings for a very successful press conference, and also my support for your initiatives in holding this regime accountable and for this Willow Street project. So God bless you from the United States.